Hello, Colas, and welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on the latest developing stories. We start with this transfer report, talking about this Brazilian wonderkid Endrick, as Barca have received a big blow as the 16-year-old reportedly desires Real Madrid move over Barcelona. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then, secondly, talking about Ansu Fati, a Spanish outlet Sport reports that there is too much noise around Barcelona forward Ansu Fati regarding his playing time and how he's not happy with Xavi's methods, everything like that. We are going to be looking at that report as well. Then to conclude, talking about Xavi Simons, of course, former Barca Academy product, who also played for PSG, but currently now he plays for PSV Eindhoven. The ex-La Masia starlet highlights the differences in the training methods at Barcelona and when he was at PSG. We are going to be discussing on everything he had to say on that. So guys, before we get right into it in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Give the video a like and please watch right up to the very end. Endrick has become the latest Brazilian super talent, garnering all the attention following his blazing performances in the youth leagues. The attacker has even become the youngest goal scorer in Palmeiras history by netting a brace against Atlético Paranaense, and considering his rapid rise to prominence, he has become a target for most top clubs across Europe. Reports this month have largely claimed that Real Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain are among the two clubs fighting for the signature of the young forward, with Barcelona also involved in the chase. PSG were reported to have tabled an offer of around 20 million euros, but it was rejected by Palmeiras, who are holding out for a fee of at least 35 million euros. It is now being claimed that it is Real Madrid who may get the edge in the negotiations, as the player is keen on joining the Whites. This has been reported by Mario Cortegana. The Spanish journalist suggests that Endrick wants to join Real Madrid in the near future in an attempt to further his development, despite interest from other clubs such as PSG and Barcelona. This could serve as a major blow for Barca. The Catalan outfit have continued their tradition of nurturing young talent in the recent past, with players like Xavi, Pedri, and Ronald Araujo breaking through the ranks in recent seasons. However, they have lacked the services of a young attacking phenom apart from Ansu Fati, who has had an injury-riddled last 2 years. That is where the addition of Endrick could have proven to be a valuable investment. Recent reports indicated that Barcelona had asked Endrick and his entourage to wait until the summer for them to make an approach, as they had other priorities in January. But such a move always came with the risk of another club beating them to his signing, and it could eventually turn out that way, with Real Madrid now seemingly at the front of the queue to secure the 16-year-old Brazilian Wizkid's services. Honestly, it doesn't surprise me about this report. You know, Barcelona don't have that financial muscle like PSG and Real Madrid. Of course, just the fact that when the report came out yesterday, claiming that Barca have told Endrick and his agent that they should first of all just be patient, that they will come back later. I just like, this thing will not go through. It won't go through. I think when you have Real competing, PSG competing for the same player, what do you expect? And knowing fully well that financially we are not stable, so I don't think Barca even had the priority. By the way, so it's not a surprise to me that Real Madrid are more closer to Endrick than us, of course, which is a big blow. When we consider, I think Barca were the very first team to approach Endrick. I can't remember the last time I started talking about this link. It has been really long, many months ago. And just like that, we are going to miss out. Of course, this is a kid with great potential. We know how Brazilians do. Like, when it comes to football, they are always the hot prospects. And of course, they have good history in La Liga. So when you talk about Real, Barca, they have good history with Brazilians. And it seems as though Barca could have been making another next big move for a Brazilian sensation But now we are seeing Real Madrid being closer and closer to the player according to this new report, which definitely is a big blow for us. Of course, we'll be talking about priorities like DMs, right back for what Barca want to strengthen in the summer or in January. So definitely it shows that Endrick was not at the top of the priority. So it doesn't come as a big surprise after all. But it's not like Barca have ruled out everything. Right now, Real are the one leading the race. Doesn't mean that the race is over, by the way. So let's see how it's going to go. The player is still 16 years old. Still 16. He only come to Europe when he's 18. That is 2024. So there's still a long time to go. But definitely, these big clubs will just try to book him. Just book him and keep it. That's the best. That's what these clubs now are fighting for. To see the first player who can come to an agreement with Endrick's camp, pay the fee that Palmeiras wants, book him, then the player is yours. Even though he's still underage. He needs to be 18 before having a work permit in Europe before he can travel to play. So let's just keep fingers crossed and hope that Barca can do a miracle to overcome Real Madrid again in the race. Then on to the second story of discussion. There is too much noise around Barcelona's Ansu Fati that the player is impatient and wants to play more. That is calm are worried, and even that his agent Josh Mendes has warned the club if they don't change his status in that team, then they will consider Ansu Fati leaving next summer. So what is true is that there is calm, there is patience at Barcelona. In the case of the €1 billion worth of calm in the form of a release clause and a contract until 2027, Ansu Fati will be at Barca for a long time. So Barcelona are calm, because we started getting the report yesterday that, the representative, in fact, Josh Mendes, the agent of Ansu Fati, is not too happy about the player's status. Ansu Fati is fit. Ansu Fati is 100%. It's not like Ansu Fati is less than 100%. Xavi has his so-called, I don't know, the Ousmane Dembele that he loves so much than anybody in this world. And when we see Ansu Fati having the time, the little time we see Ansu Fati play, he brings something different. I think he brings something more of a Barca star in that team when it comes to forwards. Dembele is not our kind of player. That's just the honest truth. Dembele is not even consistent, by the way. He has pace, good and fine. He knows to dribble, but he's too readable in the game. And he got some fans excited. Definitely, if you look things critically, Dembele is not that kind of player that will bring you joy like all the time. A player who was signed as a replacement for Neymar back in 2017. But definitely, he's nowhere near to the Neymar. Neymar is the kind of Barca forward we want. Ansu Fati, when he is in his very best, he brings the kind of style we want. Xavi have opted to go with wide wingers. Definitely, that's not how Barca used to play. We don't have to go through our attacks, but through the flanks. We burst our attacks through the middle. Definitely, it's not been like the best scenario right now. I think Ansu Fati should get more minutes. He plays well, not like he does not play well. He comes and play well, but Xavi will always prioritize Ousmane Dembele or Rafinha in the wings. So that does not go too well with the agent of Ansu Fati. Josh Mendes is not that happy. But despite that, the say Barca is too calm. We quite remember last year when Ansu Fati extended his contract, Barca gave him a wide release clause of 1 billion. That's just to shut the door on any future suitor who can come to him. So Barca don't even care. Even they are threatening that Ansu Fati can leave next summer. They know that it can't happen. Because just the fact that 1 billion in that release clause, definitely no interested party will even show up because he still has a long time at the club. But definitely, I think Xavi should improve on the game time of Ansu Fati. We understand that Xavi is trying to make as though the player needs to be fully fit or his injury history is not the best. But definitely, I think Ansu Fati is ready to play. Ansu Fati was not happy at all when Luis Enrique did not even call him for that Spanish national team. We quite remember the first international break. Ansu Fati was not that happy, but hopefully he should be caught in the World Cup that is coming. Then on to the final story of discussion. Former Barca prospect Xavi Simons has highlighted the differences in the training methods that are incorporated at the club's La Masia Academy and his previous team, Paris Saint-Germain. Xavi Simons was once regarded as the next big thing, set to burst through the ranks of La Masia. The Dutch ace had joined Barca's academy back in 2010 and was making rapid progress in the youth circles. However, he opted to leave Barca in 2019 to sign for Paris Saint-Germain, where he eventually made his first team breakthrough. He spent 3 years with the Parisians, but could muster up only 11 senior apps. Simons left PSG this last summer, joining Dutch giants PSV Eindhoven on a free transfer, where he is currently thriving. Indeed, in 19 matches for the club, he has netted 10 goals and set up 4 more. Speaking in a recent interview, Xavi Simons talked about how his time at Barca and PSG helped prepare him for the next big stage, in particular highlighting the physical gym work that was done at the French outfit. He said, I had to find something to defend myself during games. Believe me, at Barca, they don't work much in the gym. They work with the ball, but not in the gym. When I came to PSG, I found the differences. At PSG, they work in the gym. The French league was very physical, and I saw the differences directly, he said. Simons had been linked to the return to Barcelona in the recent past, given that as his contract with PSG was expiring. However, he ended up joining PSV Eindhoven instead, with the move working out so well for him so far. With Barcelona dropping down to the UEFA Europa League, there is a possibility that they could come up against Simons and PSV at some stage in the competition. So callers, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.